everyone. Thanks for watching and listening. I'm happy you're here. I'm excited to go through a really awesome topic that's relevant for what's going on right now. It is December 22nd as I'm recording this, and the new year is right around the corner. So I want to talk about how we enter into 2021, and I want to talk about some of the conventional ways that we think about heading into the new year and scrapping all of it and giving you a fresh, clean perspective, because I have over the years changed the ways that I lean into the new year. And this year is going to be a little bit, actually a lot different for me. And I'm really, really happy about it. I'm very much at peace with it. So before we begin, I drew a card today from my I Am affirmations deck, and it said, I am joyful. And it said, I experience beauty and delight in each moment. And so wherever you're at right now with the holidays, wherever you're at right now at the end of 2020, whether you're going through a tough time, we all are, but some of us are struggling more than others. Maybe you're excited and you're happy for the holiday. Maybe you're doing something fun and different this year. Wherever you're at, I hope that you find and can hold some joy and delight in the small little moments of your day. And, even in the toughest moments, pause for reflection and think about one nugget that you can take away from the day that's helped you. So same with this podcast or this video, there's going to be a lot in here, and you might just take what helps you and leave the rest. And just know that the rest is going to be here for you when you're ready or when you need it. You can always rewatch or re-listen. A little bit of housekeeping though before we dive into the topic. December 27th, I believe, is the Sunday after Christmas. And that is when my Leadership Collaborative community opens for enrollment for January. So if you guys haven't heard of it, the Leadership Collaborative, or the LC as I like to refer to it, is a group that I host on Mighty Networks. It's a platform that allows me to have a community where I go in and give monthly topics on coaching for leaders. So I like to switch it up. Every other month is different. So one month I'm going to have something tactical, tangible, maybe strategy, some kind of thing that you can put in your leader toolkit. And then the next month I always have something that's like mindset, growth, health related, because I think obviously we're complex humans and we can't just have tools in our toolkit or just focus on our mindset, but we need kind of both. So I am really excited about January. I'm going to be revealing the topic in a couple days here. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, go ahead and follow me at Fahey-Ahrndt on Instagram. That's where I'm going to announce it in my stories. So stay tuned and follow me there to hear the announcement. Enrollment opens at the end of every month for the next month. And so December 27th through the I guess it's like the first couple days of January, enrollment will be open through that Saturday. And I like to do it this way because then during the month, I can focus on the people in the community and people can get some coaching from me, and I can really do my work in there. And then I can just worry about helping people through the logistics of enrolling just that first week. So if you've been hearing me talk about the Leadership Collaborative, if you're curious and you want to dive in, it's monthly, so you can do a monthly subscription and just try it for 1 month. And if it's not for you, then no hard feelings. But if it is for you, stick around as long as you need, and then go when you're done. There's discount, obviously, if you sign up for a whole year at a time. So you might want to check it out for the annual plan. I'm also going to be offering something special for those that do enroll at the end of this month for January. So if you follow me on Instagram, you might know I love planners. I'm really into digital planning these days to try to, maintain some sort of minimalism in my life. And I've been slowly decluttering my house. And every time I would go to the store, I wanted a pretty new notebook. And I said, enough is enough. I'm going to go all digital for 2021. So I have created my own 2021, well, they're actually undated digital planner, and I have some digital notebooks that I've created. So they're bullet journal style, and they have bullet pages or dot pages, both white and black pages. So for those that sign up next week, I'm going to be giving you a free planner or notebook, whatever you would like. And otherwise, if you don't enroll, I will be having those notebooks and planners in my Etsy shop, which is always linked in my bio or my description so you can check it out if you're so moved. So the planner isn't up yet. It will be up this week when I announce the theme of January's Leadership Collaborative. So anyways, housekeeping out of the way. If you want to join, you could check out the waitlist link in the description or in the link in my bio. And then once the enrollment goes live on the 27th, the link to directly sign up will be there. So, all right. Now that we have that out of the way, this is the topic. I'm just going to quickly grab my iPad because I made all my notes in my digital planner. So this topic is really, really cool. So the topic is slow is bold. Slow is bold. So I heard the term slow and bold through another community that I'm in, and I really liked it. But I also felt like slow and bold, they were like two items to hold. So I decided to change it a little bit to slow is bold. So here's what I mean. Every year, at the end of the year or the beginning of the new year, we often set these goals that are like, okay, at the end of the year, I'm going to write that leadership book or whatever it is. And sometimes we're even like, okay, I'm just going to go on like high crazy mode. And instead of working on one thing at a time, like I'm just going to go 180 and I'm going to go to all my goals and I'm going to like just go into like hyperactivity mode. And that's definitely me sometimes. I'm like, okay, new year, woo, new year, new me, like all the goals, everything. And I think that just sets us up for burnout. It sets us up to be depleted, and it doesn't always set us up to focus on the things that truly, truly matter. I posted on Instagram stories, so maybe some of you saw it, but there's this quote that says like, the world slowed down so you can chew or you can focus on what matters and something like that. And I just really feel like 2020, you know, obviously it can go away any minute, like goodbye 2020, I'm cool with you leaving. But also in all of that quarantine and seclusion and silence and just like pause in our norms comes real clarity about what matters. Like all of the other things, at least for me, felt really stripped away. And I was like, family and fulfillment, or like, you know, family and feeling creative or passionate, family making a difference, having purpose, friends, connection became really, really important. And like all the other external validation or like the busy projects or the things that in my heart or in our hearts we knew we didn't want to do, it became really obvious, right? Being busy and having like a million bazillion goals may look really good on the outside and people might say your life is awesome and you're like, yeah, and it's not sustainable and I burn out every few months and I hate it. It feels awful. Ick. Right? Like, oh my gosh. So my theme and my idea for 2021 is instead of entering it with setting big, you know, like, I don't know, wonderfully, fantastic goals, things that look really great that anybody be like, yeah, go for it. Instead of doing that, I'm just going to sort of enter 2021 slowly and mindfully, almost like tiptoeing. I heard that term as well. Into 2021, sort of continuing what I'm already working on, knowing that how effing bold is it that I can trust the process and myself enough to know I know what the right thing is because I'm working slowly, steadily, consistently, that I know when something feels really right and I can tell pretty easily when something feels off or not right or wrong or icky or I'm tired, right? Like, it's kind of like this idea. So I took this week off for vacation from work and I've been feeling really good about just where I'm at with life. And I think in a couple previous podcasts ago, I talked about that. Like, okay, I'm ready to lean in a little bit more. And I had this kind of thought in my head, like, oh my gosh, I'm taking time off work, but I don't feel burnt out or depleted. Like, is that okay? And what I want to remind you all and remind myself is you don't have to wait till you're crash and burn to ask for help or to take that time off. Like, you deserve rest all the time, self-care every day. You deserve to take slow, bold action on your goals and your dreams to get you where you want to go without having to dig yourself into the ground and climb and claw yourself up trying to figure out, is this the right thing? So I hope some of you will join me on this and let go of all that external pressure to have these like crazy 2021 goals, especially since this year is probably still going to be one of the most unpredictable years because, yeah, I'm happy a bunch of my staff got the vaccination this week for COVID, and I'll patiently wait for mine, but we're not going to see the effects of that for a while, so we're all going to need to sort of stay hopeful and optimistic and safe and protect ourselves. And I don't think things are going to go back to normal, quote unquote, maybe ever, but like, in the immediate year, I don't think there's going to be extreme normalcy or like 180 from where we are today. So I don't say that to be a pessimist. I just say that to be more of a realist. Instead of putting ourselves so much pressure on ourselves to, okay, 2020 is gone, let's rock 2021. How about we continue to focus on what feels right and take slow, bold action? I did some journaling on this in my planner, and I love watching YouTube channels of different planners, and one of my favorite is Reflect with Raksha. I've talked about her before, and if you don't follow her on YouTube or anything like that, go ahead and subscribe. I swear, I feel super zen after watching her videos, but she always does like year-end, not year-end, I think this is her first year on the channel, but like month-end reflections and things like that. And she has a couple really nice end-of-year reflection videos. And I've been talking about reflection a lot in the last month as we think about like wrapping up the year, finding grace in the things that we did do and surviving. And maybe we thrived a little bit too, but just as a leader, taking into account all of the amazing things that we did to transform and adapt. So anyway, she does a really nice reflection video, and I recreated one of her spreads. So I don't know if you can see it, but I'm going to be posting some of these pictures on my Instagram and just to show you. But one exercise you can do is take one piece of paper or one side of your digital planner, and in the middle, write about me. So I have written about me right here, and I split the paper into 4 quadrants, 4 sections. And you can write proud of, improve, grateful, and fears. And those will be your headers for each section. And then you can take some moments and write in and fill in these sections. So if you're like, Kayla, I don't have time, I don't have any time to sit down for a minute and write out these lists, then that should be a sign to you that you don't have control of your time. And maybe you're like, yeah, I don't. Maybe it's a mindset shift. Gosh, I don't want to swear. Mindset shift where you actually think about, okay, maybe I can take 5 minutes for me. And honey, you deserve more than 5 minutes. So take the time. Find the time. Make yourself a cup of tea or coffee or whatever. And fill this out. It doesn't take long. So some examples of what I wrote: proud of, emotionally and physically surviving ectopic pregnancy. I had my second one this year in the middle of COVID, and I had to go to the hospital for medication twice and sit in, delivery room spaces and hear other women having their babies while I had my medication to take care of it. And I don't tell you that to ask for sympathy, but I'm really proud of myself. It makes me emotional because that was really hard. And the fact that I didn't just give up with the rest of my world after that happened, but I worked through it. And I worked through a lot of it by journaling. So you might consider journaling some of these feelings that come up for you as you reflect on this year, because that's where the hard work happens, but it's magical. And it feels really good to put that on paper and let it out of yourself so you can really reflect on and be like, damn, proud of yourself for making through those things. I'm proud of myself for starting my YouTube channel and the Leadership Collaborative, and I'm proud of my minimalism and essentialist journey. And also, guys, as I was making this list, I finished this whole page, did a different page, and then I was like, oh yeah, and I'm proud that I finished my master's degree. I finished a master's degree during COVID. This is also a reminder for you achievers out there who are like me, and I know that's like all of you listening. We often discount all of the energy we put into things because we're just used to, quote unquote, making it work or finding success. We don't know any different because we just like do the things, right? Often the things that lead us to burnout. And so we're like, yeah, we did a master's, like whatever. Yeah, we made the dean's list, whatever. And I just want to give you permission to acknowledge yourself for all of the hard work and energy you put into something, even if you love it, even if it feels effortless, even if it is hard, but you try to like forget about it because it was traumatizing. Anyways, what am I grateful for? That I had the courage to lean into those uncomfortable things in my life and work through some of that stuff. That I spent more time with my family. That I was pointed towards the budget mom. Guys, in a week, I'll have paid off my credit card and I'll have a sustainable way to keep that down. And guess what? It's allowing me to save for other things that are coming up this year. And it's an amazing freeing feeling. For improve, la dolce vita. So this isn't the right phrase, but in, what is that movie? Peace, or what is it called? Eat, Love, Eat, Pray, Love, whatever. They talk about the sweetness of living. And this phrase means the sweet life. But something I want to get better at this year is just enjoying the moment and not having to do anything, to sit in stillness. Do you have a hard time with that too? I know you do. So sitting in stillness and just enjoying life. I think she makes herself a breakfast and sits on the floor and eats it. Like, that is lovely. And I want to do more of that. I want to read more books. I want to improve my impulse to go, go, go. Even on these days where I have the day off, I'm working because it lights me up. But also, like, you don't have to do anything, Kayla. You can just lay on the couch. You can lay on the couch. That's fine. I want to keep improving lowering debt, student loans. Now that I have my school done, got to pay for those. And giving myself grace. I heard this phrase lately, the other day. It was, grace is unearned. Basically, it was saying, like, grace is free. You don't have to, like, work hard or burn out to earn grace. You can have grace by just being. So don't feel like you have to, like, oh, well, I did all these things, but I didn't get this other thing done. So, but give grace. No, like, you didn't do shiz. Give grace. That's fine. And fears. You know, one of my biggest fears, and probably as an Enneagram 3, is that I will never find true fulfillment in my career. And I'm seeking it and working toward it. And I know I will because I have been. But I just want to make sure I'm giving the biggest impact that I can. And it feels huge. That's one of my fears. I fear that I might not ever have another child. You know, working through ectopic pregnancy, seeking other measures is something that we've been thinking about. But I'm worried about it. I have a fear about it. I have a fear about our social and structural issues in this country, in this world, especially racism and health disparities and, you know, inequities due to social determinants of health. And it's something that I want to have an impact on. And, you know, one of my fears is it's going to be even more months till I see my family, my parents. and my in-laws. So those are my real fears. But you know what? Putting them on paper, writing them down feels amazing. So write what you're proud of, what you can improve, what you're grateful for, and your fears, and let them go. And then there's 2 more things I want to talk about, but I'll be a little bit more brief. So this second page I made, it says 2021, and then there's words all around it. Some people are really in making a word of the year, and then they like try to emanate that word throughout the year, find that word throughout the year, and you know, slow is bold is kind of a phrase that's for my year. But at the same time, I want to feel a lot of different things. And so I just decided to make like a word cloud out of it. So I just wrote 2021, and then around it, kind of like Raksha did in her YouTube video, I just wrote words that stuck out to me. Essentialism, this knowing of happiness. There's this feeling I get where I feel like my eyes light up and I feel like they sparkle, and in my mind I feel, in my body I feel calm, and I'm like, I'm so happy. You know, because of whatever I'm observing or seeing, the little moments in life, those small delights, the joy. Being spirited, finding what matters, underthinking. You know, how many of us overachievers tend to overthink everything? I don't feel like I tend to be one of those people as much, but I definitely do it sometimes. I'm more of a big picture visionary person, and I tend to miss the small details, which whatever, that's who I am. But at the same time, sometimes that overthinking is like procrastination. That's how it emanates itself. And I definitely do that. So working on underthinking and just doing, and when like a thought or a impromptu process or something pops into my head that I'm like, yeah, I need to do that, go with it. Go with the flow. And then the last page, well, here I have books, but this page over here is called Reminders. And I talked a little bit about this on my Instagram the other day, but I wrote a whole page of reminders to myself. So when I'm having doubts or a bad day, I can just go back and look at it. And some of the things I wrote are, you are a pioneer. You take steps each day to create your dream. Be bold, be you. Do not shrink for others. Your spirit is light and you are happy. You can do anything, but you can't do it all. Your spirit and light are happy and energetic, yet peaceful. You guys, you can have energy and excitement and hold peace at the same time. It's completely possible. Action breeds confidence. Change happens in small steps. Be slow and bold. When you eat well, you feel well. Save your telomeres. That's for the science people. Good things come to you. Put out good vibes. Feel the grass between your toes. Stillness and quiet are necessary. A reminder to myself, an orange dreamsicle or honey latte always helps. Don't forget about your Judy music. Tenacity. You are resilient. You are limitless in your ideas, actions, and abilities. Morning page always helps a lot. Trust the process in yourself. You actually do enjoy baths, Kayla. I think the sitting in stillness is the hard part, but I've learned to love them this year. September, Earth, Wind, and Fire is your jam. A simple life is a fulfilling and healthy life. Time waits for no one. Savor every word. Oh, I love that song from that movie, Age of Adeline. I don't know who sings it, but it's like, time won't wait for no one. Oh, so good. So that is sort of how I'm using my digital bullet journal this year. Doing the About Me spread, proud of, improve, grateful, fears, my word cloud, and then my reminders to myself, and then the books I want to read, because that's one of my goals. So I hope the idea of going slow and bold, or slow is bold, resonated with you, and you think about it and consider it instead of doing a 180 and setting brand new goals and plowing into or running into the new year. I think a little bit more gentle touch is necessary, and if you have the energy and the peace, obviously run with your dreams, but don't feel like you have to start over nothing's gonna change when it's 12:01. It's sort of like when you have a birthday and people are like, so how do you feel when you're older? And you're like, I kind of feel the same. That's what New Year's Day or New Year's Eve really late is gonna feel like, or really early, depending on what time it is. But also you can sense that something is coming, good stuff is coming. And so do what feels right to you. All right, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, definitely subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss a moment from me. And if you like this on IGTV or Instagram, you're still watching, give me a thumbs up, and maybe even if you're so moved, comment below if you want to be slow and bold with me into the new year. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you all take care. Bye.